So here's the thing. I dressed the part today because here in DC, it is actually snowing. Now, let me tell you what our definition of snow is. An
Uh-huh.
inch, a 1 inch to 3 inches. That's snow for us. So
Mm,
I dressed the part today. I have on my
mm.
winter hat and my winter jacket. So, if I have to go outside, which I don't plan to, but if I have to, I'm prepared.
I
Okay.
I'm jealous. I want that snow. It's about up to my calves
What?
here. Yeah.
But that's the snow I want. I want that because I love snow. Now here's the thing: I love to look at it. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to go outside and do anything with it. I just want it to snow so I can have the excuse of just being in the house. See,
Right.
so you can't say, "Oh, I'm not coming out because it's snowing" when it's only like 2 inches outside.
Right.
It just
Yeah.
don't sound right. It don't sound right. But if I have to say I'm staying in the house because the snow is up to my calves, okay, everybody gets it.
You're not going to be making a snowman anytime soon.
No, no, I might be making an ice cube. That's about it. That's all that's going to be happening.
You can make snow angels.
Yeah, okay. It'll be more dirt than anything. It'll be a dirty snow angel. So you all have been very, very busy since the last time I spoke to you. Now, I do want to get into Lilith because Lilith and her and I have such a great relationship that I just can't even imagine pairing this with the coffee because I know that it's going to be like a phenomenal. Now, the cigars you sent me, see, I only remember Lilith because she was my favorite, but all of them were so, so good. My next favorite was and see, I forgot the bands because I smoked them all in Las Vegas.
What,
Um,
what, what color?
it was the darker color. I think it might have been a
Red?
Maduro Cameroon, maybe.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah. So the red band is Charismatico. That's San Andres Maduro.
okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm naming it he. He came in
Yeah.
a close second to Lilith. I mean,
Uh,
like a real close second. Um,
Okay.
I smoked Lilith down on Fremont Street,
Oh,
and
wow.
from the time from the time you start Fremont Street and you walk all the way down and all the way back, and I was like, oh my God, I finished that already? Like it was so tiny that it wouldn't fit on my little nub and I was trying to figure out a way, like, do I need to go buy a pipe so I can put it down in there to smoke all of it? That's how good Lilith was. And then I had the other one. Then it was like, okay, I'm done. Like
yeah.
Sagrado has like exceeded expectations. And is that the reaction you get from everyone that has these cigars?
I would say everybody, but we get that quite a bit. The reason why I say everybody, I would love everybody to say that, but the reality is everyone has a different palate, right? But I'd say that we speak to enough people, or they speak to that in that way that it's become a movement and it's become, the branding's been growing tremendously. So I'd say we're definitely we're hitting a lot of palettes, and we have something new coming,
I
in
I
the next
saw
four
that. I
months.
saw that on your Instagram. So the new cigar that's coming out, are you thinking it's going to be like before springtime?
I'm going to forecast it at May right now. May that it should be able to be in stores and available, and I can advance. I can get you one over to try out. It's right now the ones I have that I brought back from DR are about 4 or 5 weeks old.
Mhm.
Um, they will all be aged a minimum of 90 to 120 days
Mhm.
before and they're in production, this month.
Okay.
So
So
that's why
now,
the May.
on the scale of the ones that you already have, where in strength, where is this one going to fall in?
Media plus, Media
Okay.
plus. It's a full body, but again, we went with a Habano 2000 wrapper on it.
Mhm.
We have a Sumatra binder, and then the filler. It's got 4 leaves of filler. Of which I won't give all the secrets away, but I'll tell you that three of them are from Esteli. So you got that Nicaraguan flavor in there, and you can taste it. If you've ever had a Padron Damaso, have you
Mhm.
had Padron Damaso?
Yes.
So I have a friend of mine that owns a cigar lounge here in Colorado, and I said, "Hey, what do you think this tastes like? Which cigar?" And because he was loving the cigar, so he said absolutely the Padron Damaso. And
Wow.
so I hadn't had it. I've had 64s,
Mhm.
like no tomorrow. And was it the 19? Was it 26?
Mhm.
But um, I had the Damaso, and I was just blown away by the similarities. It starts out a bit peppery on the retro, and once you get about maybe half of an inch into it, you start losing that pepper, and you do a retro, and then as you get into it more and more, it's gone. And just like the Damaso, and you taste the Stoli tobacco, and it burns the journey is just like it.
Wow.
And so this is a different factory. This is a factory that the master blender, which he was with Davidoff for 20 years.
Mhm. Oh, wow. Okay. So
20,
Natalie,
and he,
have you had this one?
I have. I have, and it's very good.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
now let's dive into the whole coffee venture. What
Mhm.
yeah.
made you want to do a coffee? And was that always the plan? Was it always to have cigars and a coffee blend?
I'm glad you asked that question. So this whole concept, this is a rollout of a whole business idea that I had back in was it 2021 when I was finished my MBA, and I was because again when you come up with the business idea, anything that is worthy of investment and so on has to be scalable,
Mhm.
right? And so just on its own, a cigar business to me, which I've got a passion for cigars, it wasn't enough to make it scalable enough to get that we want, overall. And so anyway, so what I thought about, and the whole concept, the premise of the company is to develop products that are high quality. They're designed to be savored, consumed slowly, and shared with people that you love. That's the whole premise of the company from the beginning. And so if you think about that, coffee, it pairs with cigars. And in Latin America, it's like we're here about, oh, you gotta have bourbon with cigars. That's the American thing. But you get out to Latin America, it's coffee. I met Carlito Fuente, and he invited me, because sometime when I'm out there to go have a coffee with him and a cigar. I mean, that is the norm in Latin America, right? And so coffee, we want to have high quality coffee. We started out with two from Dominican Republic, two boutique plantations. They give to the workers. They take care of them. They feed them. They house them. They do things for the community. They invest money into the schools. Everyone knows the schools in Dominican Republic. They're not the best unless you go to a private. And so these people, they give back. They pick up trash once a month. If you've been out to Dominican Republic, see trash, and so they do a lot. And so that's part of what we look for is giving as well. The social values of these companies that we partner with. So yeah, so coffee was a part of it, and there's still another rollout, which is wine spirits, which we had a little bit of delay. We've got a product that we're looking to launch as soon as the IP gets resolved in Mexico. Hint, but it's something different, something that most people never heard of, and it's phenomenal. What we've tasted, I've never tasted anything like it. But so we have a whole rollout of a business of things that pair with the cigars. It's not an accessory. And just so you know, each business is separate. Cigars LLC, Coffee LLC, and then Wine Spirits LLC. And so they're all separate business units. They'll have to stand their own. They all have to, be in the black and not in the red. And they're run individually. However, they're complementary to each other.
So with these standalone businesses, Natalie, because you do a lot of the marketing and trying to get them into different shops and things like that, will you also be taking on the role for the coffee side of it and the wine and spirit side of it?
Yeah, I post here and there on the coffee side, but right now my focus is the cigars for sure. So John has other partners or investors who are more on the coffee side. So I kind of leave that for them. And then, I'm focusing on the cigars. Although, I will promote it if I got it. And my mug. so yeah. Yeah. I mean the two, they pair well together,
Mhm.
but like I said, my focus is on the cigars for sure.
So there are, if I'm not mistaken, 4 different blends for the coffee. What I actually appreciated, I saw a decaf, which a lot of these companies are not coming out with a decaf coffee. Now, I'm a regular coffee drinker, but after a while, I have to. My doctor says, "Well, you got to drink decaf," and I'm like, "Well, all right, okay," and I'll do it for a month just so I can say I've been doing it right. So I'm glad to see that you do offer a decaf. Now, with the blends of coffee that you have, are you going to make them compatible with each cigar, like one cigar with the one coffee, or is it going to be that the coffee can be, consumed with all of your cigars?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely the coffee's paired differently with the cigars. Like for example, the Lilith that you really adore so much. I personally think it goes with our top selling coffee, which is the Spirit Mountain. And the Spirit Mountain, I think Natalie, did you have that bag, Spirit
Yeah,
Mountain?
that's what I've
But
got.
so the so Spirit Mountain, let me tell you, talk to you about that one. It's the most boutique plantation we work with. I mean, it's small. I've been there. They don't have a whole lot of development on the property. In fact, they some of the processing they do over at Ramirez, which is another one of our suppliers, and they're bigger. They're fourth generation. They've been around since like the 40s, 1940s, believe it or not. Um, and they've got a lot more infrastructure there. But Spirit Mountain doesn't have all the infrastructure, but their coffee, oh my God, it's phenomenal. The difference with the coffee is really the sorting and whatnot of the coffee, that you don't mix in the coffee that shouldn't be there. You got the crumb in that coffee, the picking in that process. But it's a small plantation. The reason why I like it so much, it has very good sweet notes to it, that cherry. Have you ever eaten a raw coffee bean before?
No.
No. When it has the fruit on it and it's red like that, they call it cherry. And there's a reason why it's sweet. You got a little bit of meat on that. If you go to a pea berry, which means a single bean or seed rather than two, you have even more. And so, the pea berry, you get a very fruity type of a flavor in that coffee, more fruit on it that permeates the seed. The coffee that Spirit Mountain we've got, it's not pea berry, it's the two seeds, but it has that fruity notes to it that I love. It's not sweet, but it kind of fools you, like, wow, I'm getting these fruity notes out of it, but it's not sugar, it's delicious, it's natural. Um, so yeah, the Spirit Mountain would go great with the Lilith, and anything sweet, like Natalie has mentioned, and we've been telling people, you get orange juice, it goes great with Lilith.
Mhm.
Sweet notes, Sauvignon Blanc, Viognier wines, some sweeter whiskeys like your uh, um, Canadian. What am I trying to think here, Natalie? What's our
Canadian Club.
Canadian Club? Thank you. Blended whiskey. Captain Morgan's spiced rum. It goes with, and I drink most alcohol. I drink neat. I, I, I do some mixing if the quality is not great,
Mhm.
with Coke or 7 Up or something. But most of the alcohols I buy, try to buy premium so I can have it as it is and experience that with a cigar as it is.
Yeah, I have been actually getting more into having my drinks neat as well. Like I guess maybe that just comes with age. I mean, being 56.
Yeah,
Wait a minute, am I
yeah.
56? Yeah, am I?
Oh, you're a baby. You're a baby. I turned 58 last year.
Whatever. You see the way I'm bundled up, these 56-year-old bones don't feel like a baby. But when I think of cigar companies coming out, like even since the last time we talked, which was I think about 3 months ago, since the last time we talked, we still have a lot of cigar companies coming out and coffee companies coming out. The one thing I don't see that now I am beginning to enjoy a lot with cigars is teas, like whole leaf teas. And I found it's called Bold and Vanilla, and I was at a bourbon fest, no less, and it was a tea person there. And I have found that when I had the third of your cigar, and I'm so bad with names. Maybe that's because I ain't been teaching it so long. I need to go back into teaching so I can remember all the names. Um, which was the third of your cigars, and I paired it with the loose tea. It was phenomenal. And I'm like,
Yeah.
have you gotten a lot of feedback from people that maybe don't drink, but they like tea instead of coffee with your cigars, and how they are pairing them with your cigar?
I have not. Have you, Natalie?
I haven't either, but I like it.
Me
I'm
too.
telling you, the whole tea experience, especially with Sagrado cigars, it I felt like I needed to go put on a sundress and some heels and sit outside with a little fancy dainty cup,
Uh-huh.
because it literally brought out such a relaxation that it was like, wow, I need to talk to them about a tea.
Yeah.
I
When you
love
mentioned vanilla notes, and that, so now when you say like vanilla notes, the cinnamon notes that we pick out of these cigars, I just, when I hear that, especially like Lilith, Anatoly, the Suave, those three cigars with those notes, you get that. The cinnamon you get out of more Dominican tobacco, you get a little bit of cinnamon. That's interesting.
And I
it.
and I have to tell you that I had Lilith with a beer. Like I had her with a IPA.
There
And
you go, IPA.
again, IPAs is not something that I thought would have went with the cigar. I don't know why I didn't think that, but walking down Fremont Street, I had an IPA with it. And Lilith in that IPA, they got married. They got married that day
Yeah,
walking down Fremont Street. And I'm like, okay, that's probably why. And on Fremont Street, they give you this huge mug of beer. I
Yeah.
told her, "Oh, okay, let me just get one of your large beers." I don't know what I was thinking. I have no
Yeah.
idea. I think
You
it was 32 ounces, I think. I was
can.
like, "Well, what is this?" But okay, let's go for it. And walking down the street, having a leather, and I have to tell you that I was stopped by so many people wanting to know what I was smoking.
You're kidding.
I
I love
kid you not. I walked by and literally a guy
yes.
tapped me on the shoulder and was like, I'm sorry, what is that?" And first I thought he was talking about the beer. And I'm like, "Oh, it's a beer. I got that." And he was like, "No, no, no. What are you smoking?"
Yes.
Ah.
I was like, oh, and see, remember, I don't have a sense of smell. And he kept saying, "It smells delicious."
Yes.
Oh,
I was
right
like,
on.
okay. And
You
then
know what?
the
Yeah.
people I was with was like, "You got any more?" I'm like, no. But here's the website you can go to get some.
Ah,
That's awesome. We get continually on reviews, we get that the effervescence of our tobacco is phenomenal. And we've had it, compared to as a cigar bakery of like the smell, the aromas, everything you get, from the cigars. And so do you know Danny from 505?
Yes.
505 reviews, Daniel?
yeah.
Okay. So, he was over at my home, my garage, and he lives out here in northern Colorado and not too far from me. And so he was smoking the new cigar, and I'll let Natalie reveal the name of it that's coming out. I think we've been talking about it, but uh, anyways, again, it was young at that point. It was only about 2 weeks back from DR, 3 weeks back, and he's like, John, the effervescence. This is a 10.
Wow.
This is a 10 out of 10.
Wow. So,
He said,
Miss Natalie,
Uh,
I think this will be an exclusive to the show if you want to share the name.
I can share the name. So the name is drum roll, The Promise.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, like we promise you're gonna want another one of these.
Right? Yeah, I like that. I mean, The Promise can mean so many things, right? And
Right.
we're working on the design of the box right now, and it's beautiful. It's gonna be
Really?
beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait because I'm telling you, when you think of boutique brands, and I always want to tell people when they say boutique brands, the boutique brand is just like a concept, right? It because every cigar brand was a boutique brand when they first came out. So when everyone says, "Oh, it's a boutique brand," I'm like, "Well, it's a brand of cigar." It's because you know Drew Estate, Davidoff, Perdomo, all of them were boutique when they first came out because no one knew them, right?
Exactly.
I think that you all are doing such a wonderful job of having that. Natalie is in Canada, you're out in the Midwest, and it's almost as if the two of you are like coming together like across country, and
Yeah.
along the way everyone
Yeah.
is getting to share in your cigars. So where do you see that leading you in 2024?
Oh, we're going places. Listen up. We're going places. So I like literally. So next month we've done Phoenix. We've opened up in like, kind of peppered around like different states in the US.
Mhm.
So I'm going to be heading to Atlanta,
Oh,
right? The first week of February. And yeah, just checking out some stores around there and seeing what we can do in Atlanta, and everywhere. Everywhere. That's where we see ourselves in 2024, is everywhere.
and are you going to offer your I guess on John's side, when your coffee are you going to offer the coffee as part of the selling package?
yes, absolutely. In fact, we've got a lounge up in Fairbanks, Alaska. Fairbanks, Alaska. And anyways, they have a cigar lounge up there. They have a pretty big humidor, and it's called Rat Pack Cigars. If you ever go up to Alaska, you go to Fairbanks to go to Denali, Park and whatnot, you got to stop at Rat Pack. They do a great job there, and they just opened up a coffee shop. So now they've got all of our coffee there, and they're doing French press with our coffee. So you get a really high end. He wanted a high quality coffee. He didn't want to have U-Ban. I was like, no offense to U-Ban drinkers, but
Mhm.
he wanted high quality, and so that's why he chose us. And it pairs with his cigars, and so we'll be doing a event up there. Probably spring, early summer up there, as well as with our brothers over and sister at Fifth Avenue Cigars, Ben and Chad and all those guys, and Lori at Fifth Avenue. They do a great job for us in Anchorage.
That's
And then
so
hopefully we'll
your
get this wrapped
cigars
up.
are available in Alaska as well?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
we
don't think I've heard of anyone having their cigars in Alaska.
Oh,
Well, you'd be
really?
surprised.
Not
You'd be surprised.
a boutique brand. I don't think I have.
Oh, you're
Well,
kidding. We did an event there in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I am so glad that I stumbled across Lilith on Instagram, because this is a cigar that I now have to have in my humidor. Like
Uh,
I was like, okay, now I know I should have enough. Like I literally was in there looking, and someone said, no. Remember you smoked them all in Las Vegas. I'm like, I smoked them all in Las Vegas.
I'm sure.
oh,
I'm sure now you can send me a little care package.
It's like, there's no smoked them all. And I was only in Las Vegas for 5 days, and then they were like, well, you went through them like in one whole day. I'm like, don't do me like that. I know I didn't do that. But apparently I did, because I literally could only find a half of a band. Like I don't know why it was just a half of a band left. No clue. I had to look back in the luggage. I'm like, oh, and then it was like, oh, that's just the
Uh,
band.
I love that.
well, we're hoping to have Sagrado in Vegas soon enough.
Ooh, and see,
Yeah.
I go to Vegas every single year. So I mean,
Uh,
not that I wait till I go there, because I'm trying to get down to Virginia. So I know that's where you all have them. So
yes. Oh, yeah. I love it.
So I know. So you talked about like where we're going to be. I mean, so Natalie, obviously, she's up in Canada, and so she'll be, promoting up in Canada as well, getting our branding going since we're already up there, get some more momentum. She'll be working the Southeast, pretty well. We got into a really nice store out in North Carolina over Thanksgiving.
oh,
The Cigar Box. They've got a couple lounges, stores, and great guys over there, Jamar and Steve, and crew. I mean, it's a really good store, or store chain. So out there, but Natalie's going to be really pushing hard out there. I'm going to, help out with stuff that she's done out west. I'll be helping to do some more business out in Arizona, some more events and so on. And, Idaho, California, we have a teammate that's helping us up in Idaho, lives up in Idaho and the Northwest, and I'll be looking to probably move down to Texas a little bit and work that area. But yeah, as you said, we're looking everywhere, but we're kind of focusing on key areas to get maximum growth and penetration into the market. Just try to be very strategic.
and whatever you're doing, it is working phenomenally, because the time and the craftsmanship that you put into your cigars, I know that that's going to translate over into the coffee. So
Yes.
I actually have my iPad up right here, because I'm like, oh, I got to get this coffee. I haven't ordered it yet, because I was in there again. See, this is why you need 2 interns. So I need to
Uh,
focus. I gotta focus. So
well,
I will be.
we're gonna send you some coffees. So
And
don't.
when you do, okay, that's third interview, because then once I have it, we gotta be able to talk about the coffee, right? You have
Correct.
to. I like to want, if there's a company and they have new products, I like to get those products out to all of my followers and all my viewers, and so we gotta have it back. Gotta have
Oh,
it back.
I'm gonna send you a couple things. I'm gonna send you a bag of Spirit Mountain.
Oh,
Okay. And I'm also going to send you a bag of the decaf.
ooh, okay.
And just, the decaf, it's naturally decaffeinated down in Colombia with a sugar process. So the
Wow.
sugar that they use, it's a derivative off of that takes the caffeine out. It's all natural.
Wow. So
So,
see, that would be, oh yeah, I can't wait to try it, because some decaf is just like watered down. It's like they just don't
yeah,
put as much coffee
but
bean in it.
yeah,
I'm not a,
right.
I'm not a decaf guy. This is good stuff. All the stuff is good stuff,
Okay.
Um, and then I'm going to send you 2 new cigars. I'm going to send you a Fuma. The Fuma, it's like these factory cigars you hear about and so on.
Mhm.
It's not crap. It's 5-year age tobacco that's in this Fuma. I've had ashes this long off of it. Right.
Really?
I mean, the hybrid short fill, but so this new factory's got 5-year age tobacco because the guy's name's Brokey, because Brokey knows all these different tobacco warehouse, whatnot. He gets the 5-year plus age tobacco that I couldn't get before. So
Okay.
he's able to get it. That's part of the move. Was we wanted to be able to, chase, as they say, going from good to great, as the book
Right.
goes. The biggest obstacle from greatness is being complacent with being good. We don't want to be good. We want to be great, and will chase forever that target. Like the horse with a carrot. We're always gonna be chasing it.
And I listen, with the products you're putting out right now, you can't go anywhere but up. So chasing greatness is almost like in your destiny, is in your DNA. So I just can't wait to see what else comes out of Sagrado Cigar slash coffee slash wine spirits. I just can't wait. I mean, it's just been, it feels like it's just been a phenomenal ride. I'm sorry, my camera was falling. It's been a phenomenal ride, and I'm just glad that I get to go along on the journey with you. It's
Thank you.
been such a pleasure getting to know you all virtually. I can't wait to meet you in person. So
Right?
I'll be tracking you, you know, on
Yeah.
Instagram. I Instagram stalk. I'm not ashamed to say it. I Instagram stalk. So as soon as you come up near this area somewhere, I'm gonna try to get my schedule
Next week.
together so I can meet you all where you are. And
Absolutely.
Natalie, how was your first, was it football game?
No, basketball game.
Basketball game.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. No, I'm not a basketball fan. We
Mhm.
kind of stumbled on these tickets, and it was a blast. Let me
Good.
tell you.
Yeah,
Fans
I'm
were,
not a basketball person either. I'm more football, but
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
yeah,
Me too.
The whole back and forth, like,
yeah, it's like
but it was a blast. It was so fun.
good. You know what I wish that they would do is make a space, and we'll get more into this later, but I wish they would make a space for people that smoke cigars, that we could all just sit while
Yeah.
we're sitting in a football game or basketball game and smoke our cigars and watch the game without having to go all the way down the ramp and all the way back outside. So,
Mm.
I mean, that's just my wishful thinking, or
Right.
Maybe get some
maybe
support
my
from Michael
laziness.
Jordan.
I don't know.
Michael Jordan likes cigars. Maybe he can help us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I need to see him at one of these NASCAR,
Yeah.
tracks, because I'll bring that up, because I'm not afraid to say, hey, I know you smoke cigars. How do
I
you?
was
Yeah.
going to tell you. So in 2 weeks, the week after next,
Mhm.
I'm going to be in Newark, New Jersey. So I'll be
Okay.
out there for a couple of days. So that's not too far from you. So I'll be in Newark.
That's
I've
not
got
too
some
far,
friends out
because
there.
I